Hello, thank you for joining me here at Health, Wellness, and Chocolate. I wanted to use this video as an opportunity to introduce myself and let you know a little bit about Health, Wellness, and Chocolate and get to know me a little bit better. So let's get started. My name is Katie Corbett and I have a graduate degree in community health education. I'm also a certified health education specialist and a certified wellness and health coach. I've been married 16 years to my husband Chris, and we have 7 children that I currently homeschool, and they range in age from 15 down to 1. And I myself am on my own health and wellness journey. I have struggled with my weight most of my life, and after having 7 children, I hit that point of done. I finally figured things out. I ditched that diet mentality, and I have lost 60 pounds. And I wanted to share what I've learned throughout those years with you. And that is why I decided to start Health, Wellness, and Chocolate. I wanted to show you one of the assessment tools that I offer. This is called the Wheel of Life in Coaching, and it's a great way to start to take stock of your life and kind of assess where you are in relationship to certain areas in your life that can affect your health. So I offer this if you want to head over to my website, healthwellnessandchocolate.com. You can subscribe, and I will send you a link to download your free Wheel of Life assessment tool so that you can begin your own health and wellness journey. And as you can see on this Wheel of Life, there's different areas. So career, money, health and well-being, friends, family, personal development, significant other, fun and recreation, and your physical environment. What I want you to do is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you in those areas? And then once you fill that in, take a look at it. How smooth is that circle for you? How bumpy is that for you? Where do you want to start working on improving your health and wellness in your life? This is a fantastic way to take stock and take a look at where you are. It can also help you identify what's your biggest source of frustration right now regarding your health. And then what if overnight a miracle occurred and you woke up and that problem, whatever problem it was that you had identified, was solved? How would you feel? What would be the first thing you noticed? How would your life be different? Do you believe that you can affect your health and improve it, or do you feel stuck and powerless to evoke change? One very popular way that I work with some of my clients is in regard to their weight. Some clients feel just powerless to be able to shift their weight and finally feel like they can control it. You know, they struggle in that area and they feel powerless that they can't change it. But I can assure you, you absolutely can change your health. And as a wellness coach, I'm actually trained as a lifestyle change expert. So that is where I shine. So I wanted to talk to you because one of the ways I know I can help, and this is something I've struggled with in my own life, is this cycle, this vicious cycle of this diet mentality. And I know as the new year is starting, or whatever time you happen to click on this, I'm recording this the week between Christmas and New Year's right now. But does this sound familiar? You start a diet because you want to be thin, or at least lose weight or feel better about yourself. So you start out, pick a diet plan, spin the wheel of diet plans offered throughout the land, and you find one you might think you could deal with, right? So you choose whatever diet plan, and then you start to restrict the certain foods that they deem are bad. So you cut out those foods, or you cut calories, and you might start out really strong, but after a while you do start to have feelings of deprivation. You finally cave. You're going to eat those forbidden foods because life happens. Or you finally are just hungry and you can't deal with that juice fast anymore. Or maybe you just had a bad day and you feel like that is the only source of comfort for you, so you decide to indulge. And then you feel guilty. You think you lack the willpower it takes to stick to that diet plan, so you quit. You regain whatever weight you felt like you lost, and then you maybe start to feel like a failure. And you probably, what tends to happen based on studies that I have researched, is not only do you gain back the weight you lost, but you actually probably gain a few pounds more as well. And then the vicious cycle starts all over again. So this is called the diet mentality, and it's time to just get rid of this. And I actually have a blog post on my website, and it goes into a lot more detail about how to ditch this diet mentality. And actually, this is one of the major things that I had learned. Diets are the best indicator of weight gain. Study after study has shown that. And so what I want to help you do, and what I have done over the past few years now, is to learn how to pay attention to our biological hunger and then really treat our bodies with compassion. I want us to nurture our bodies the way we would nurture a small child. If a small child came to us and said, "I'm hungry," we wouldn't tell it, "Well, you're a failure. You don't deserve to eat. Your thighs are chunky." That's ridiculous. You would never say that to someone else, or much less anyone else, even a small child. So I want you to start thinking in terms of hunger is biological. And if you feel hungry, I want to walk you through how to handle that, how to identify when you're actually hungry, and maybe when you're actually not really hungry, but you could be emotionally hungry. Take a minute and look at this chart. I want to talk to you about what real hunger is and what emotional hunger is. So real hunger is on the left-hand side, right? If you're truly hungry, right, your hunger is going to come on gradually. It's not going to just all of a sudden pop into your head that you must eat right now, okay? It's going to come gradually, maybe a little bit of a gnawing feeling in your tummy. Sometimes people start to maybe get a little bit of a headache, or they start to feel lightheaded if they start to get physically hungry. That's a biological response to true hunger. You're going to pick any nutritious food if you are hungry. You're going to pick a nutritious food that's going to satisfy you. You're not going to feel guilty after you eat it. After all, you're just eating out of hunger. And then you're going to have a feeling of satisfied well-being. You're going to pay attention to what you're eating, and you're going to savor each bite because you're just responding to a biological need. Now, emotional hunger, on the other hand, that's going to come on fast. You're going to, a perfect example of this would be, say you're watching a TV show and it's late at night, maybe you had a rough day, and a commercial comes on for, I don't know, fast food or ice cream or chocolate or something that you normally wouldn't eat, and all of a sudden you find yourself hungry. Okay, you're not really physically hungry. That is just a response to some sort of emotional hunger, right? Maybe you have a specific craving for a certain type of food. Perhaps you just want a hot fudge sundae because that's just, you had a rough day and that's just your go-to treat for yourself because everything else was stinky that day, and you really just want to have that ice cream because you really find that comforting. Well, what if you did eat that? Would you feel guilty after eating it? Okay, a lot of times people who emotionally eat will have guilt after they do eat. They're eating when they're emotionally upset, or they're mindlessly stuffing food in their bodies, or they're suddenly finding their food all gone. How many times have you gone to the movie theater and you're eating popcorn and all of a sudden, yikes, the popcorn container's empty and you really don't even remember eating all of it? That's mindlessly eating. So those are two ways I want you to start today. If this is something that is piquing your interest, I want you to start today to start paying attention to the real hunger versus emotional hunger. And if you find for yourself, after looking at that little chart, if you have responded more to the emotional side, chances are you haven't been able to adhere to any sort of diet for any amount of time, because all diets fail due to emotional eating. So, for example, you might start off strong, but life happens. And if you're an emotional eater, you're going to respond to other events in your life, and you're not going to be able to adhere to that diet plan for very long. But as your wellness and health coach, I'm going to be able to help you develop strategies that you can improve your health. So I want you to grab a pen and paper, and I want you to walk away from this video with some tools that you can start right now. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, all right? So we're going to use the acronym HALT, H-A-L-T, right? So if all of a sudden you find yourself hungry and this has raised some red flags for you and you feel like this could be a helpful tool, I want you to use it first. Hungry. Are you really hungry? Ask yourself, has it been 3 to 5 hours since I've eaten anything? Am I, maybe I didn't have a lot of a balanced meal before. Maybe it was high in carbohydrates and now my blood sugar is getting low. Or maybe it was not a lot of calories and it's been a couple hours now and I am generally biologically hungry. That is something you definitely want to address then. Go have something nutritious. Go have something that will support you in your health. And I will be writing more on supportive eating in the future. But something that would be supportive is something that you eat, that you enjoy, that tastes good, that's nutritious, that's going to nourish your body. And it's based on your own preferences. So again, HALT. H, hungry. Are you hungry? If you're hungry, go have something to eat, right? Now, how about anxious or angry? Are you just responding to feelings of being anxious or feelings of being angry, and your go-to default is to just go grab something to eat? Check, see if that's it. Let's come up with some other things to do, right? Identify those feelings. And then let's develop strategies to cope with them without using food. Okay, so if you find you respond by being anxious or angry to just going ahead and going in the kitchen and eating, I want you to find make a list of about 5 other things that you can do in response instead of eating. And it's up to you what you enjoy. Think of something else you could do instead. So it could be call a friend. It could be write in a journal. It could be go outside, take a quick walk if you're able to. All right. Now, how about this one? How about lonely? It's the end of the day. Just a scenario. Maybe you haven't had a great day. Maybe you're missing your friends. Maybe you moved far away and now you find yourself alone. Okay. Identify that feeling and then let's come up with some strategies to help with that emotion rather than defaulting back to eating. Okay, so are you feeling isolated or lonely? Okay, and believe it or not, loneliness and isolation has now been identified as a huge risk factor to your health. Okay, it's even worse for you than smoking. So I really want you to pay attention if you do find yourself feeling lonely. I tell my kids, and it's a good idea for adults too. If you want to have a good friend, go be a good friend. Go find some community things that you're interested in, that I'm sure there's groups out there that you can join, or come up with some strategies that would work for you, that you can help with those feelings of loneliness. So it could be, then this is just an example. Say you like to knit. So go look for a knitting group that maybe meets once a week that you can go join and get out there. If you like to cook, maybe join a cooking class. If you like to bicycle ride, maybe join a cyclist group. You need to evaluate what you like and the hobbies you enjoy. And if you are feeling lonely, then go ahead and try to find groups that can help and connect with people. And how about tired? You might need rest. I know as a mom of 7, very often feeling tired is one of those, your body might just respond by making you think you're hungry. And you really need to take time to meet your basic needs. So if you are feeling tired, go ahead, get those basic needs met. And that should help with not needing that food in your life. So another area some women talk to me about is strategies to help with stress management. So before this video concludes, I want to give you some tools to help you with that as well. One thing I want you to take a look at is, are you reacting or are you responding to circumstances in your life? Now, I'm going to give you the definitions of what I mean by reacting versus responding. So if you were sick and you went to the doctors and he gave you medicine, and you say, and they say, okay, come on back in a week and I want to see how you're doing, how your body is taking to this medicine. If you go back and you have a terrible rash covering your body, he would take a look at you and say, I think you're reacting to this medicine. Let's stop because it's not helping. It's not helping you at all. Or perhaps the symptoms that you initially went in for have cleared up and you're feeling great. He'd say, oh, good, you've responded well to that medicine. Okay, so that would be an easy definition for reacting versus responding. So what about the circumstances in your life? Are you reacting to them or are you responding to them? I want you to consider reducing what you tolerate. And what I mean by that is I want you to make a list of as many things that you can think of that are just annoying. So it could be a cracked windshield. It could be maybe a tire that's constantly leaking. It could be the messy piles that have piled up over your house, all over your house. I know for me, it's the little plastic toys that I wind up kicking around because I lack organization for all these little toys, and especially right now because Christmas just happened, and so we have toys out everywhere here. So I want you to make a list of all the things you tolerate, and then I want you to start being able to cross them off. So, do you have that cracked windshield? Try to get it fixed. How about just different odds and ends that you can start to fix in your life? And I will guarantee that will help, believe it or not, reduce your stress because you'll start to feel more effective. So there's pencil marks on your wall. Try to get that painted. I don't know. Oh, for us, one of the things that drives me nuts is our toilet paper holder is always falling off the wall. So something that I would have written down on my pad would be the toilet paper holder, and I would get that fixed, okay? Once you can cross off these little nuisances that are in your life, you'd be surprised at how much more effective you feel, and that effective feeling can carry over into other areas of your life. Another area I want you to start paying attention to is black and white thinking. Now, what I mean by that is this all or nothing mentality, and I find it happens so often when we have that diet mentality mindset. We're either on plan or off plan, or on the diet or off the diet. I want you to try to live, I'll say with air quotes, live in the gray. And what I mean by that is I want you to not think of everything in terms of black and white. Okay, I want you to say, wow, I don't have an hour to exercise every day. That's too much time, so I'm not going to exercise at all. Nope. I want you to say, wow, I have 15 minutes right now. I'm going to go take a quick walk outside and do something for myself. Or, okay, I might not have a full hour to exercise, but I have 30 minutes. I'm going to get this done and do as best as I can with the 30 minutes that I do have. So I want you to stop thinking with black and white, and I want you to start thinking in the gray. You might not be able to do everything perfect. No one can. But I want you to at least try. So when you think of the goals that you want to reach, start trying to think in the gray, okay? And the last thing, also ask for help. And I think as moms, we tend to think, well, I must be the only one that would need help in this, or why can't I get it all together? Miss Susie Pinterest gets this all done, and honestly, that's just a lie. So if you are finding that you can't do it all, as no one can, don't be afraid to ask for help. Get help if you can afford it, and you can either, even if you can't afford it, maybe there's another person out there that needs help in other areas that you are strong in. And maybe you guys can barter or swap back and forth. Do it. Ask for help if you need help. Now, I just wanted to go over what I don't offer and what you're not going to find from me or get from me on this website. I am not giving you a diet plan. I hope I have made that more than clear. I am also not giving you any sort of fast weight loss ideas or any sort of program. I'm also not here to tell you a certain exercise plan or routine. I am not selling you shakes or pills because, and I cannot change your behavior. This is all about you. So what my goal is to guide you. I'm going to walk next to you as a woman who has gone down this path. I have learned as much as I can through the years, and I just want to share with you what I know. And I want you to step back and almost take a look at your own behavior in your own life as if you're watching a movie. And I'm going to give you some suggestions, and I want you to kind of evaluate your own life and see where you're able to improve your own health. And, where do you want to be in 1 year from now in regard to your health? And remember back to the very beginning with that wheel of life, where would you want to be a year from now? Because next year's coming, whether or not you take any action. So I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to come to visit my site. I am so excited to finally launch Health, Wellness, and Chocolate. It has been a long time coming, and I really feel like I have been in the trenches, and I am looking forward to sharing what I have learned along the way and helping you on your own health and wellness journey. As a mom of 7 kids, I understand it is not easy to take time to improve our own health because we are so busy taking care of other people. But I really think that this is such an important information, and I, I just am looking so forward to having you here. So I thank you so much for taking the time. And then please subscribe to my website and grab that free Wheel of Life assessment tool and get going, paying attention to your own health and wellness, and then make a plan for yourself. I also have a Facebook page, so it's Health, Wellness, and Chocolate, and I also have Pinterest, same name. And I just want you to know I'm here. I look forward to getting to know you better, and I thank you for your time. So be well and be awesome.